What's up, space pirates? This is your captain, the chronically charismatic Dr. Disaster. And some people in the video gaming industry are just bound and determined to have a problem with gamers, no matter what. They are just so narcissistic that they just cannot help themselves. They have to create drama.
Hey everyone! Come and see how good I look!
That appears to be what we have going on with this situation right now with the popular indie game Mouthwashing, which has seen a bit of controversy after Asmongold talked about it in a video the other day. One of the developers is extremely butthurt that Asmongold would even know that his game exists, despite the fact that Asmongold was actually praising the developers and how they handled a particular situation.
I hate you!
Once again, the side of extreme tolerance and inclusion and all that stuff had shown its true colors. Many of us were actually pretty on board with this game, Mouthwashing, but it turns out that some people out there are so filled with hatred of anyone that doesn't agree with how they look at the world, they're so convinced that the anti-woke crowd are made up of people who hate them that they would rather not have our support. And I gotta say, I really miss the days when this was the only driving force in big businesses.
We're not just doing this for money. We're doing it for a shitload of money.
Those were much simpler days, weren't they? But too many people these days put their politics before everything else, which is why we have all the damn division that's going on in society these days. These people put their politics ahead of everything else, even when it's clearly hindering their own ability to come out ahead. Because I literally had the game Mouthwashing in my cart. I expected to have some time to try it out in the next couple of weekends, but I'm not going to do that now, and I expect a lot of you out there feel the same, and I have to imagine that this guy who has come out and publicly driven potential customers like me, they've driven me away, I have to imagine that the people that this guy works with, at least some of them, are feeling like this when it comes to this dude.
Bad, dirty, perky, shark, back, flat, important, Philip, Bunker, Barton, Perkaluma, Burton,
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter or X, or whatever you want to refer to it as these days. I keep a list on there of games lousy with wokeness pinned to the account at all times for your reference. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. But alright, let's dive on into this whole drama with this mouthwashing situation. It's a whole big thing, there's a lot to talk about, and I don't want to miss anything, so we're going to read through this thread here from Grums on Twitter, aka Mark Kern, the former team lead of the OG World of Warcraft. But he wrote in a thread which really summarizes all the drama really well. He wrote, Mouthwashing. The popular indie psychological horror game is embroiled in controversy. A summary of what happened and how Asmongold triggered one of the devs who went off on a rant about how the anti-wokes have found the game and are not welcome to play. Mouthwashing is a short but well-received indie game that went viral. Everything was going great until some very sensitive people started to harass artists for making fan drawings of one of the characters, Anna. They were upset her breasts were drawn larger or put into more revealing clothing. The harassment got so bad that one artist was forced to apologize. It was the usual Twitter mob that goes after artists whenever they do a fan art wrong. One artist was bullied so hard that they felt forced to apologize to the trolls. It was then that the developers took a great stand and condemned the harassment. The fervor died down, but was brought to light again by Asmongold, who made a video praising the developer response. This, it turns out, did not sit well with one of the developers of the game. And I've got to say, this was an opportunity for these devs to create some unity, to say, hey, thanks Asmongold, we appreciate you standing with us on the subject. Or, at the very least, it was an opportunity for this one dev to at least shake some of his own preconceived notions of what the anti-woke crowd is all about. He could have applied at least a little bit of critical thinking to the situation and go, you know what, maybe these other people that I don't like, that I don't agree with, maybe they are at least human beings. But nope, he had to make it all about himself, and he had to get all dramatic. But continuing on in the thread, Grum says it was then that one of the game's sound designers and composers went off on how the anti-woke crowd had found the game, and that this was making him sick to his stomach. He blasted Asmongold, but also earlier had made a tweet about myself, and of course this is Grums talking here. He said that Grums was not welcome at the table. When confronted, he doubled down, saying that Asmongold was anti-woke, which means anti-gay, and anti-me as a dev, and that he does not want Asmongold playing because it was making me feel like absolute shit. And then Grums concludes, saying, this is a sad state of affairs. The game seems great if you are into that kind of genre, and the company behind it stood by their fan artists and condemned harassment and bullying. Things were fine, but one dev, acting on their own, decided to make 50% of the audience unwelcome, falsely accusing them of being anti-gay and anti-dev, all because of his feelings. I was going to buy this game and had it in my cart, but after this, well, you know my rule, don't buy games from people that hate you. And I gotta say, that is my personal plan now. I was originally intending to buy the game after I heard about the drama from a few days ago in an article on Bounding Into Comics. I thought that was pretty cool, that originally the studio was sticking up for fan art. I like that, and the game sounds terrific to top it all off, so I thought that I would give it a try. But I will be damned if my money goes to people who despise me at a fundamental level. It just isn't happening. There's no reconciliation with people like this until they are faced with the consequences of their actions. And yes, I know this is just one small studio, but the reason I bring all this up is because this is a microcosm of the industry at large. All of these studios, all of the people who make games like Dragon Age the Veilguard, like Concord, these people hate you and think they can do without you. They are convinced that a mythical, modern audience exists that will save them from going under, which is why we are seeing so many of these studios fail so hard these days. So, with that said, I'm going to leave it there. Drop your mockery of bigoted fools like this into the comment section below, and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.